Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zara, ex-Muslim, ex-Shia. Have been coming here to help the Muslims see for themselves and decide. Uh, I'm not feeling well, so sometimes problems, low performance. Thank you for bearing with me. And those personally attacking me still and coming here on my live stream. I would say that this is a mental disorder, right? Last time also this young man, he came. From his picture, he looks young on YouTube. So before I continue with my topic, I have to talk a little bit about um, what I saw from what I saw from Surah Yusuf and what I showed you in my previous live stream. Excuse me. So very, it's kind of sometimes dangerous. Sometimes I think that mentally disordered prophets, so-called prophets chosen by Allah, Mukhlasin, guiding us when the king of Misr had the upper hand, and when Yaqub, this uh, lying to his sons about the other son, Joseph, his other son. It kind of shows now that there's a great problem, right, with the prophets, monotheistic prophets, now concentrating on from Surah Yusuf, Yaqub and Yusuf. So I think something should be done about this. People, I don't know how to bring you to like more awareness of this, and violence should be curbed, like stopped, please. Right? Then lies, and we can't stop the lies, but personal attacks. If you want to believe in lies, believe in lies. But personal attacks on academic work. The other thing is that later on in my live stream, I had not planned what came out. That Prophet Muhammad through me is crying and all this. This just came spontaneously. And I don't intend to hurt anyone, don't intend ever to hurt anyone or insult or belittle people, right? But if you come here and when I'm not well, and I've seen what mental brain damage and I've experienced in myself and what brain damage can do. Of course, I also get abused and get very angry and say very bad things. But the proper response, like that day, would be to this person who came here, a so-called Muslim, open karo, all the time he say, open karo, ye karo, and shouting like in capital letters. It seems I didn't know that myself, but a long time ago on Facebook or somewhere, I found out that capital letters are like it means you're shouting. Although sometimes, like for my eyesight, also someone came here and said their eyesight, so their eyesight is weak, so they've put the letters in capital. They don't mean to shout. This also. But remember, the lies and all that very damaging, and and already my internal inside is damaged. Internally, I'm so damaged that I've only found one thing that helps me uh, to even breathe. When I'm watching these videos that I have to listen to, when I have to talk, I don't realize how much damage is still it's there. I'm doing to myself. Takes a lot of energy for me. Although I'm really lacking energy, that I can't even breathe properly. Okay, I don't want your sympathy and pity and all this, but I have, yeah, it does make the person like it kind of pulls the person down, and takes away the dignity of the person, right? Or whatever has happened to me. And a strong person would never do this. Like when I was strong in myself, when I was in Karachi, getting rumors against our religion, never would I get angry or go for the debates or ask someone, why do you do this to us, Shias? But when it got too much in Karachi, when I was there in year 2000, bomb blasting, suicide bombs, bomb blasts in our Imam Bargah's processions, then I made a Facebook and on this Understanding Shia Islam group on Facebook. So, but when I was never attacking people, they said so many things the Sunnis against us. You can see, search the videos. Shias are kafirs, Shias are innovators, God knows what, and what false rumors. I was speaking to a lawyer, a Sunni lawyer, and he agreed that. So yeah, we were speaking. Somehow religion came out. I don't know. And he asked me a certain question, and I said, if you, yeah, so that's how religion came out. Or usually, mostly, normally, I don't bring religion out. Didn't. Even though it's my favorite subject, I contemplate on it. I could have spoken to a Christian friend, brother, sister in Karachi, with them. So yeah, so it was on my mind, and once I made the mistake, because we're not allowed to do these things, not indirectly, and telling them. But once my Christian friend called me, and my mind was on this. I'd read an article on Ali Asghar in a magazine, our magazine, I can't remember, a magazine brought and kept, where I found this magazine, I don't know, but it wasn't a religious, it was just an article on Ali Asghar. And so my mind was on that, and my ethics is that even indirectly, should not be talking to Christians about my religion. So it was Muharram, and my friend called, and I spoke Christian friend. And then I just, it was on my mind, so I discussed Ali Asghar and like how Imam Hussein prepared his mother, Rabab. And yes, this was my mistake. And another time when I came out of church, I remember telling my friend, asking her, why were not the disciples of Jesus Christ, so 2 times. My mistake. Ethically, for me, it was even thinking, like, I said, now I have to ask her this, but why am I asking her? Like, because you see, it was for my religion, like Imam Hussein's disciples didn't betray him. But I couldn't resist at that time, and that time was like 1989, 1990, or 1991, that. Okay. So sometimes, rarely, otherwise, my ethics, my religious, I thought, is that we never do this. Sorry, excuse me. So also, I apologize. Last night, my booster voice was not working properly, and I had to use another one, and there was a slight disturbance as I spoke in between. This also, and so all this. What else is there? Yeah. And then I see that some Christians, like Sam Shaman and all, when you point out their mistake in the Bible, they don't even, right? And Sam Shaman was very rude and everything, but the Christians here, I see that they are giving him a lot of importance. Yeah, I condemn everything that is like on this person's video. I was this time also. Christian, you would say, why was I watching this? I just watched this for my information, although I'm not with Christians. So it says, the although I didn't see this, Sheikh's logic, with, right? Whether the Quran is in, uh, no, it says God logic, apologetics is the channel, the Quran or the Bible, choose today. So he was asking if the Quran, the Bible mentions the Quran, right? Very nice, gentleman, gentle. But there are Muslims coming there. It's like really shocking, right? Very shocking. The way they come there and ask him questions. Excuse me. I think, excuse me, one one person said that he's going to smash the what? I didn't hear properly. Was it the screen? Smash your screen. Okay. I do kind of, I'm in this neurosis, I think psychosis now past all that. Uh, so, see, when you have a mental disorder, you are weak. So you have this violence in you, right? So this, okay. I hope, I know you can't believe me, but I really didn't prepare for to insult Prophet Muhammad or anything in this way, like he came. So I'm laughing because it's so funny. I'm sorry, I didn't prepare for it. He was my prophet, and it hurt. It's kept hurting me, even Imam Ali against his progeny and against his daughter. They've put okay, at least from the Shia side, we had this. We were not supposed to hate Jews for being Jews. So, be Fatma Zahra story, miracle story has that she went to the Jewish wedding. She gave her abaya to a Jew. So we're not supposed to really hate Jews for what we don't take the hadith of the Sunnis, like what Prophet Muhammad has said about finding them and unlivening them or whatever it is. So see this mental illness, the violence. Now my response, it's not my response, it's my reaction, my trigger now to these Muslims who come here and harass me. And also, look, I want to protect my country, but the thing is that if you're going to tell me that I'm an Indian and Hindu, uh, I have to also protect India for that, right? Because I'm not an Indian. Not only because it's okay, I have to protect India, but the truth is I'm not an Indian. So why unnecessarily, you know, endanger India or Hindus? I make a mistake here. If I, get carried, like it hurts me, and then I say something against Prophet Muhammad, it's not an insult. Okay? But violence is, sorry, I'm not in my proper, I'm kind of, I've just, it's my breakfast tea. Good morning, all. Greetings. Oh, so I'm kind of angry also, not settled enough. Okay, look at this. Where's that? Surah 6 at 65. And what what Allah has taught the Muslims here, that He would do what to the disbelievers? Surah 6 at 65. Say, it is He who has the power to send forth chastisement upon you from above you, or from beneath your feet, or split you into hostile groups, and make some of you taste each other's violence. Behold, how we set forth our signs in diverse forms, so that maybe they will understand the truth. They will. It's for the disbelievers, right? But it started like maybe you would understand the truth, so you get scared like this, and God has chased violence. God wills that the disbelievers taste violence in all this. So there's a certain kind of ethics I used to follow, and unfortunately, no violence in my religion. Imam Hussein, we're told, was appealing to the hearts and minds of those people with the religiously, I mean, with the Quran ayats and what his religion, being in the parameters of religion. And sometimes, see, I can't even pronounce at times the words properly because a breathing problem. So, and also I have this sound problem when I come on screencasting. Sometimes, I don't know why last night, just checking a little bit, although I should check more. The other old voice booster was working, and what happened is there was I put both on, and some sound disturbance started in between, and like after some time there would be this sound problem. I apologize for that. So continuing, but I think okay, we don't want violence, we don't want to hurt. I don't intend to hurt, but due to my condition and my reactions are like that towards mischief makers, Muslims. So I read out that Quran ayat that day to them, saying that they were harassing me a lot. So, you know, war against Allah, those who wage war against Allah and His Messenger, I was like, those who believe in Allah and His Messenger, see what they are doing to their religion, giving your religion a bad name. So you see, this Allah. So Shias could be in this for the Sunnis, Sunni Orthodox Qatar, you know, some Sunni could take this against the Shias, right? That, oh, I'm doing the work of Allah, making them taste each other's violence. Or what? Violence against, oh, they could take this ayat out of context. And I was told by a Muslim also, Qatar, Sunni, you know, like a Muslim Qatar, like very strong, that on a daily basis, Muslims, they, what they do is take the Quran out of context. Muslims. And then she's telling me that here, my thing, go there, go to my religious scholar, go to the one she knows. I mean, this is like out of ethics, out of like you people don't have any ethics, any ethical values. Some of you, you know, and I've seen now those Shias also on the Facebook against Ismailis or Ismaili Islam don't have ethical values, right? Sorry, I just got up to put something off. Very dangerous. So this is a mental, please realize this is a mental disorder. Even if I do it, I condemn it, right? And mine is, I have a lot of attack. My whole life has been. And then, you know, you see things I agree to with Sayyid Muzammal, what he recently was saying, that I don't come here, he said, complaining. I keep it to myself. And I'm not weak. But you see, I have become weak. My dignity has been stripped. My stripped of me. My privacy has been. I feel like a burden on my country, on my family, on my people. Right? So, I mean, sorry, that part of Sayyid Muzammil, although I did not, but I don't see, I don't comment there. But yes, I'm going to say it here. So, when as Shias, when strong, what do? We don't tolerate. We don't even. I didn't even bother what they were saying. I knew what my religion was. That I didn't have to tell myself tolerate them, tolerate them. No, when they weren't hurting, like yes, they came to wanting to burn our Imam Barga. They threatened us with that. So we just stood there vigil, the whole night. Okay, they warned us they're coming to burn the Imam Barga. Now Imam Barga, Quran ayats and all it has. Quran also. They want to burn the Imam Barga. That means it was very shocking. I was a little child. I can't remember what age. My father would remember which year and which madhab, which Muslim Sunnis wanted to burn our Imam Barga. Please see this. This is a mental disorder, right? Lies are damaging. Um, but right, and now telling me to go to Brahma and all this, that wasn't my topic also. And when I go to Radharani, find out certain things, that's my own experience. Sometimes I even think, should I even, at first I was like, should I even announce I'm Radharani or something like this? How, you see, my grand aunt, it's a long story, right? So maybe, maybe I'm ungrounded, like Paramahamsa Vishwananda said, that some people are ungrounded and they think they are connected to me when they're not, like I felt. And um, I have to think whether take time, think things like about this, whether I should announce this or not. In madness, I did without thinking. I mean, no, I thought before, but even then, thinking, telling myself doesn't work in this condition, please. And this is a mental disorder. I'm not saying mental illness, but a mental disorder. I'm not in any way wanting to insult anyone or hurt anyone. I also have the mental disorder, and I saw what happens to you when you are in that weak position. You abuse terribly to a little stress from somebody, or it triggers great violent abuse, bad, violence. And they would say here that I should be in the hospital taking medicine. So any kind of violence, like with your hands or gestures, it's not allowed here. So how is Islam allowed then with all this violence? Okay, hand gestures when we are emotional, like Arabs and Irani and Pakistan Asian. So we use our hands, in talking and passionate, and also when just talking normally, we use our hands and all this. This is not violence, right? So I haven't prepared for this, but I think action should be taken against each and every one of these. It's like on this, like he just, that's good. He just distinct them, right? Stopped them, and he never got angry. God, logic, apologetics. He was just sometimes copying, like this man is doing this. We can't hear a thing. If he would just calm down and see that his mic is not on. So from God, logic, apologetics. But anyways, he said that the next time Sam Shamoun with Dr. David Wood and all this Christian grouping, they will come ask questions. I'm not going there. This just because the Quran, yeah. I might go there. No, I don't want to go there with Sam Shamoun, Bully's bulldog, I call him. So you see, some people, they don't realize their own mistakes, although this person is very, very, but you see, Sam Shamoun is violence for me, is bully, and all this. So then contradictions we have, I'm saying that we are hypocrites, but unintentional or some bias or contradictions we have. We're not perfect human beings, like Jesus Christ said, be perfect like your Father in heaven, but we're not. Yeah, so this taunting the Christians, I'm not. I'm really surprised at what is this world going to really has been in. So a lot of this violence and harassment, you should apply your own religious laws to yourself. And yes, but you, of course, you have. If you, oh, I haven't read the Sunni Sharia, Sharia. You see, even as a Shia, I didn't know. I wasn't in. At the most of my time, I was so at 15, crisis and all this. So my Urdu also, because my mother, we never spoke. My mother tongue is not Urdu. So Shara Faisal. Like I had to put in in college now. I'm in the local college, Karachi. I was like, sure. I didn't know how to even spell it. But you would say, has she come recently to Karachi? We pass by that, we go through that road a billion times or million times, right? From my childhood. And the name also changed. Road's name, that was called Drig Road or whatever we used to call it, or Nursery that side, and but Sharaif, and I couldn't even pronounce it. I am Shariah. I wrote maybe in my English American the address on my exam paper. Oof. So I think my deep depression, sadness for losing my teacher, I was like out of fish out of water for 6 years until God gave me a miracle. So I didn't learn much. Like my father is Ziyarat, he knows. I don't know. My mother knows the Ziyarat that we recite after Majlis. Oh, I just know one or two phrases of it, one or two. Or at the end, broken. Please. So different. My life has been really a crisis, crises in plural. So this, okay, now you see this very, very dangerous kind of a thing that your Lord can do, Allah can do violence, make them. He's supposed to stop all this. So I don't know how to put it properly. Sorry, even now. This was the ayah of the month of Islamophobia, the day of Islamophobia. I did this live stream on. Please, what is this? Allah knows well those of you who create obstructions and say to their brethren, come and join us. They hardly take any part in battle. Allah, the Muslims, how they create obstructions here. This is academic. I try to make it interesting and not boring. Oops. Right. So, I mean, with my heart, really, being an emotional, like from the heart and from the mind I use for logic and all this arguments, but heart mostly maybe I use. So I wanted to really, I was wondering why, and I don't want to be presumptuous, but I was wondering why Imam is so positive, the Ismaili Imam, so positive about Islam, when I found a lot of contradictions and things against Islam, violence of Islam, and Allah, breaking of houses, Surah Ashur, and the contradiction in this one of violence, also. Yeah, there are ayats of Allah has made willed, but Allah's will is on the bad side too. Now I showed you right recently, so on that also the bad side. No, no. So how could so I felt really bad. Like how could Hazir Imam be so positive about Islam, and like also wondering why the Shia Ismailis and all unite and do not unite, so we can help the Shias in Pakistan. Iran didn't help us, right? And so much it went to, and he's so positive about Islam that I can't see. So I wondered, and I said, okay, let me just help. I hope I don't get carried away or presumptuous or rude or arrogant, humbly caring, or go uh, out of the line of ethics. And so I embarked upon this to help the Smileys also. That's why the one time on Facebook for Imam Hussein, I said, you, because I was a 12er Shia, so not, so, and so I felt I could say this, but not using Shia Islam to call them my 12, come here. I was like, what are you doing at the year? Like, in French, friends, like I was telling an Pakistani Irani who had come to my house, and Imam Ali is a devil. She was saying, "तुम मेरे मौला को खराब बोल रही हो. You are saying bad to my Mawla, Ali." She did not come and hit me and all this, right? She just it was very affectionate and light-hearted. So there's, so where this bad side of the will, look, and if Allah had willed, I would not have recited it to you. Even the recitation would not have been if Allah had willed it. Prophet Muhammad would not have recited it to you, nor would he have made it known to you, for I had remained among you a lifetime before it. Then will you not reason? Now you see, if we're calling Prophet, I wasn't prepared for it. Okay, if Prophet Muhammad comes, his spirit, I'm sorry, crying and all this, I'm not prepared. I didn't prepare it. What is wrong with Yusuf, the chosen servant of Allah, and what lesson is he being taught? And even Yaqub now. So through Surah Yusufites, because look, and this is where from Surah Yusufites I learned that the polytheist king or whoever he was, it doesn't say polytheist, but he had a religion of his own, not Islam. There's a particular ayat there. And then it also says in Surah 12, ayat 7, verily in the story of Joseph and his brothers, there are many signs for those who inquire. So first we inquire, right? We can't blindly take things. So I also inquired. Surah 12, ayat 111 also says this. There was certainly in the stories a lesson for those of understanding. It says, so take. If you're going to say, no, no, it doesn't make a difference, so what are you saying here? Some Muslims I heard, an ex-Muslim, Ahmad's, just make, he said, do you know Bahira and this, what it means? They said, no, it doesn't make a difference to us what it means. No, it should make a difference, because why is God telling you all these things? For you to understand the signs of Allah and learn a lesson also, so that you believe from the signs of Allah sent to Prophet Muhammad, right? And understand everything. This is signs of Allah. So no, If I don't understand what Bahira means or this ayat means or that ayat, I can make different meanings of it and put, Allah has put different words, meanings to different, same word, sorry, same word meaning differently here and there. It doesn't matter really. You can't say that. You can't afford to say that. I don't know how you people with a straight face come on live stream and do say these things. Really, I don't know. A narration invented, but a confirmation, right? So there, on this, the what is required. Sorry, I have now. I knew this recently. The Islam's shaitan doesn't want me to do this properly. Sorry, excuse me. No. Surah 12 at 111. There was certainly in their stories a lesson for those of understanding, not of moment believers, but of men of understanding like Al-Bab, Al-Albab. Not only men of reason, logic, it appeals to that also. So when I use my logic, it all fell apart. And then I try to apply the Quran logic, and that also fell apart. So, what is worship in Islam? Quran, does it say directly explain what is worship, but implies leaving you to wonder, right? What actually is worship? If worship contains obedience to Allah, then Surah 4 ayat 80, to obey the messenger of Allah is to obey Allah. So when Iblis disobeyed Allah, although he worshipped Allah, right? He disobeyed one commandment of Allah to bow to Adam, although it was told to the angels. I don't know how this appeared to be a jinn. Allah says, like he turns out to be a jinn. Allah told the angels. So Iblis disobeyed Allah's command, so that is not worship, right? You would say. Or no, obeying Allah is not worship, you would say. And also put here the I've put it meaning Iblis disobeyed Allah's command, so that is not worship. So Iblis stopped worshipping Allah, one would say, right? Praying to Allah, is that worship? Now I'm still asking the Quran, trying to find out. Praying to Allah is worship because invoking any other than Allah or with Allah is shirk. Recognizing that's implied, but Allah hasn't in the Quran. So for this ayats, different ayats, I will take one day and do that also. Just bringing it here, recognizing Allah is not worship, because Iblis knew who Allah was. Obeying Allah is worship. Some ayats you take, so then you worship the messenger. If those ayats mean obeying Allah, imply that obeying Allah is worship of him. Believing in Allah is worship? No, because so if that is true, then Muslims are worshipping his messenger too, right? Then we went on Surah 12, ayat 38, and I followed the religion. This Yusuf is telling his fellow prisoners when he went to jail, and the king put him in jail. So Surah 12, ayat 38, and I have followed the religion of my fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? And Jacob was his father, Yaqub. And it was not for us to associate anything with Allah. Now that's full stops for, now a lot may be contained in this associating anything with Allah. So how do you define it? Associating anything with Allah in His divinity or worshipping others, or just merely like implied in another ayat that even taking the attributes of Allah and giving it to someone else, you cannot do that. And I don't think Allah also should do that, but He's done it. And that I will be showing you again here. Taking His attributes, He's right, and so there would be even one attribute of His given to another would be mushrik, Polytheism. That is from the favor of Allah upon us and upon the people. And so it's favored them. Allah's favored them also, above all others. Many ayats like this, but for now from Surah Yusuf ayat, I just didn't want to give other ayats and go in detail into this matter on all the points here. But just remember the favor of Allah is on them. But most of them, most of the people are not grateful. Then Surah 12, ayat 39, fellow prisoners. Is it now? Where does he? You see, worship. Okay. Surah 12, ayat 39. Fellow prisoners, is it better that they be diverse lords or just Allah? Now, how this should have been put again? Just Allah, the one, the irresistible. Diverse lords or one Lord, because Allah is also Lord. So this ayat should have been put like this, but it's not in harmony with the sentence structure. Oh my God, your supreme Allah does know. Then Lord. Then Yusuf says to his fellow, and he's mukhlaseen, huh? See, Surah 12 by 24. How many things can I show you? Thus was Joseph shown a sign from his Lord that he might avert from him all evil and indecency, for indeed he was one of our chosen servants. So Allah showed Yusuf a sign, so that he might avert the evil. But right now the point is on this. He was a chosen servant, and he calls this ayat that he's telling his fellow prisoners are separate lords, different or one. So if he had put one Lord, then it could be that Lord in unity would be all of you could, like this one could be a Lord with Allah in unity. So Allah is the Lord is not one, right? Because he just says just Allah, the one, especially. Allah is not the Lord here. Then he brought you to witness him as I am your Lord. Many problems in the Quran. Yusuf was chosen servant of Allah. So where's that? Absolve myself. He said, now he says, where is it? Sorry, this is rough notes again. I haven't yet refined them and all this, put them in order. Surah 12. Yusuf, you see, he says to his fellow prisoners who he knew would be set free, mention me in your Lord's presence, with your Lord. Mention me with your Lord. Before that, he said the ayats I read out. There are separate lords better, or one, just Allah, the one, the irresistible. And Allah never corrects him, never objects to this on this point, right? So now, then going up, Surah 12, ayat 24, and she advanced towards him, and had Joseph not perceived a sign from his Lord, he too would have advanced towards us. Thus was Joseph shown a sign from his Lord, and that we might avert from him all evil and indecency. For indeed he was one of our servants. I've already done this. He was our servants, right? He was our servant, showed him a sign. Surah 12, ayat 53, he was our servant, chosen servant. Chosen. Surah 12, ayat 53, nor do I absolve my own self. Oh my God, the chosen servant of Allah saying, I do not absolve myself of blame. That means they were favored. And God chose them for His mercy and all this. So what merit can they gain out of being good or something? And they can't even avert it without God's help. So, fight against your nafs, uh, your life, like fight against the nafs, right? Yourself. Jihad, ya Akbar. What is jihad, ya Akbar? Fighting against your nafs, yourself. willpower, use your willpower. What? You see how you will not be able to what? Use what? They were favored. You can't fight against the self. The human soul is certainly prone to evil unless my Lord do bestow his mercy. You shouldn't be fighting against your soul, yourself, unless Lord have mercy on you. So pray to the Lord to have mercy on you. So all these contradictions are in other ayats where it's put fight against yourself or something. Do jihad akbar. Surah 12 ayat 33. He said greater jihad. Surah 12 ayat 33. He said, my Lord, prison is more to my liking than that to which they invite me. Okay, my Lord, he said, and if you do not avert from me their plan. Now, who didn't avert from him this plan? Even his Lord, though Allah didn't. I might incline toward them and be of the ignorant Jahileen. What does Prophet Muhammad and Bibi Fatima told Abu Bakr that the times of Jahileen? What my father, what her speech to Abu Bakr, summoned for Fadak and all. Huh? The dark ages before the advent of Islam. Yusuf, the Mukhlisin of Allah, is saying that I will be of the Jahileen if you do not avert the plan. I might incline toward them. Oh Lord, if you do not avert their plan. So the Lord thought, okay, I'm not going to avert the plan, right? Thus, the Al-Aziz is the Lord. You don't get it? See this? Surah 12, ayah 35. Then it appeared to them after they had seen the signs that he, Al-Aziz, should surely imprison him for a time. Okay, I have less time. Oh, maybe not. Maybe this cancels. This mic is very good. So I don't have to go anywhere. Then it appeared to them after they'd seen the signs that he, Al-Aziz, should surely imprison him for a time. You know why? Al-Aziz, Shaitan, the true God, I think, has come to make them realize these what is lacking in their minds, I don't know, and in their being. Oh, I think they are insecure or jealous of the polytheists. You can worship God in any form, any way, as long as your intention is. Because you see, as Muslims also, you can be believers and you can be hypocrites. Those among you. Surah Nur ayat. So intention is very important, even in this religion. Right? Surah Azab ayat. It is what your hearts intend. That he took for him, he adopted his previously from the previous law of the polytheist pagan, he adopted a son. And then you've made an error. Prophet Muhammad also made an error. But the point here is that it's the heart. See, it's not Allah being what Allah is true, which Allah. No, just worship him in his, he's also in his creation, by the way. That Imam Ali and all don't want you to know about this ayat. Or they misled you about this ayat, misguiding you. See, Allah is in the heaven and in the earth. It's like pantheism, glory be to God. They don't say glory, they say Allah. Everything is Allah, His creation. So He's everywhere. He's here, He's in the earth, He's in the heaven, He's the sun, moon. That would take Allah into pantheism, pantheistic. That ayat brings Him into the deity. He's God in the earth, God in the heaven. Okay, I'm not saying that two gods may be divided. He's the same one in the heaven, but how that ayat is put? He's God in the heaven. Surah Zukhruf ayat. I keep forgetting the number, and also the number of the surah and the ayat. Sorry. So see, okay, I'll forget where I was. So Surah 12 ayat 33. He said, "My Lord, prison is more to my liking." Because he himself said prisoners. If he had You know how nowadays, I've read books in 1988 also, Shakti Gwain and all this. You don't do a negative affirmation. You do a positive affirmation. I'm free. Now, if you're going to pray to God like this God would put you in prison. If the king doesn't, if they don't avert the plan, who is supposed to avert? Lord is, okay, Allah is supposed to avert their plan. Allah failed to. Allah failed to avert the evil of those women, right? And those who are, they said, oh, hashallah, hashallah. Allah is perfect. Yusuf was very, very handsome. And so now look, right? Allah doesn't avert their evil plan because it is in the hands of the Al-Aziz to do that. Allah didn't. So then Al-Aziz then appeared to them. And there are different versions of this ayat translation. Surah 12, ayat 35. Then it appeared to them after they had been seen the signs that he should surely imprison him for a time, imprison Yusuf. You see, Allah did not. He prayed to his Lord, but he did not avert. And how did he pray? Negatively. That prison is more dear to me than what you invite me to. So, my Lord, prison is more to my liking than that to which they invite me. And if you do not avert, who is this Lord? And he put a negative thing. Negative. Does he mean it? For how long? Now he's telling his prayers. And so, anyways, the Al Aziz surely imprisoned him. Then he thought, Al Aziz, that he should. And they got a sign. Then it appeared to them that after they had seen the signs, now they say they'd seen the signs of Joseph's innocence. No, no. I think Al Aziz, what he saw was that Yusuf is saying, "My Lord, prison is more like if you don't, if you do not avert from me their plan, prison is more dear to me than what they invite me to." Negative form. So Al Aziz seeing the sign of what is in the sign in this prayer, not this. Don't look at the that it occurred to them of the signs, clear signs of Joseph's innocence and of evil ways of their ladies. Just that, or what the prayer says of Joseph here. Look at also the prayer. Do you not believe in the Lord? Zachariah prayed. And then he's questioning God. So God told him, okay, you keep shut, your mouth shut. Surah Maryam. Now, Zachariah also. Oh my. First he's praying, oh God, give me a son that can protect my inheritance. I see my family against me in enmity and I don't trust them. God said, okay, you'll have a son. Angels sent. He was praying when the angels were sent, praying in the chamber. But my head is hoary and my wife is barren, but I want a son. God. Now then that Zechariah also, when God has said, okay, you'll have a son, he said, how can I have a son when my head is, or when I've become so old and my wife is barren? Allah said, okay. You know what Allah gave him? He said, you go and you glorify me like in sign language, but keep silent, keep a psalm, silence. It's crazy. Then he said, like, not Allah crazy, but Zechariah, some problem. Now he's saying how? First he pray in desire coming. So you are supposed to believe when you pray, right? That's what Shakti Gwain and others tell us, spiritual. Even American recent 1988-87, the creative visualization book written by Shakti Gwain, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, written by another American author, another German author, The Superconscious, Power of the Super Consciousness, and all this. Oh my God. So now what you pray, you get. So we learned from American spiritual recent ones. if you do not avert. He's supposed to pray with what? Like with affirming that the Lord will set me free from all this and avert, not put me in prison. This very negative prayer. Thank God I've learned. Thank you, Shakti Gwen and American and foreign authors on the mind power, super subconscious power also. Mind power is the must be from the astral level lower, but the subconscious power is higher. And what you feed the subconscious, even in saying something, then it happens. How they have found out, these American authors on this. So you see now the negativity on this, and I keep forgetting that my mic cancels the sound, so I don't have to worry going taking a break. Maybe I will take a break. Maybe I will not. Let's see, and then continue later for just let's see how it goes. So Jahili, yes, yes, Yusuf, you have become Jahil about God. How dare you speak to and Abraham also? Oh God, he believes. He went. He broke idols, lied, breaking idols, Sorry, he connived. And then he's saying, God, show me how you give life to the dead. When Allah has shown him the realms of the heaven and the earth, show me that Allah tells him, Abraham, you don't believe? I said, no, no, no. You see this dead God coming now to them, giving them bamboo, like whatever, teaching them lessons, let's say. Not giving them violence, not hitting them in any way. You see, these prophets, they're really crazy people. Sorry, sorry. Okay, what, like, I get carried away, I apologize. Some lacking. Even in me, I'm not saying yeah, I'm very scared that I might become like them. Like God coming, I have schizophrenia, giving me delusions. And you know that also I realized that what is this? All the time asking me, explaining, it's this, what's happening to you? So, importance coming. What if I give myself self importance? All the time I'm with these people here, unseen, invisible. And then I go on Facebook live stream and all this problem. I want to cut myself now. So Abraham, Lord said, Abraham, you don't believe. So this how the policies got coming to them. Realize now. But they never realized. Very, very scary. Okay, if they had kept this religion to them, whatever they believed in God to themselves, but they go around breaking idols, this and that, right? Toba, toba, toba. Sorry, this is another way, toba, toba, toba. Sorry, I was trying to take a sip and, oh my goodness, Abraham. What is wrong with these prophets? Why? So in my previous live stream, I said it again, Jahili, I will be. So the king, you see now the king, he saw the sign, right? Now they take it to mean, but I see that the politics God has crept in here. That this false Allah who called Shaitan bad, Iblis, has come here in human form to teach them a lesson, but very nicely teach them when they don't learn. Surah no ayat you take, right? Believe in one God, meaning worship Allah against the idol worshippers. No, also like the idol worshippers are saying, don't let go of Yaqut, Nasser, and all. Now, what did No say? And obey me, the first And he's gone night and day telling them, come, come, come. Oh Lord, I called them, called them, called them. And they turned, then they covered themselves, then they did this. Then they, like with the whole cloth, they covered themselves. They covered their ears, they covered their eyes. Yeah. I tell you, see, analyze, please. We need a psychologist good with spirituality and knowledge of this. I think these prophets are really crazy. Some mental, to put it, sorry, mental disorder. They need help. My psychologist said, I was like, okay, I told her that even Hazrat Yaqub cried and he was losing his eyes. People are going to say to me, why are you wasting your life on your teacher? Crying, crying. Right? I mean, people get divorced and all this, and 40 years marriage, in my experience, I've seen. So I was like, see, I gave her Hazrat Yaqub's. She said if Hazrat Yaqub was present this day, and she was like Shia and Shia, my, all right. She said if Hazrat Yaqub was present today, he would have to take psychiatric medicine. And, please, yes, yes, she said, I didn't believe her. I said, how could you say this? Being a Shia, how could, I was shocked. Goodness. How could she say that? Hmm. No, no, no. Grieving is natural. Anyways, for that, you can spend your life. You miss someone, I can't say. I shouldn't be saying. If I say that, I do try to like get you out of it. I would, but at the same time, I can understand also. Yeah, why be wasting your time on someone who hasn't even told you that they love you and all this? He will come. I think he loves me on that assumption, right? That I would say against. Okay, it's starting. I think I'll continue later. Yeah, I think it's better that way. My habit conditioning. I'm not going to. I'm not a Muslim, so I'm not doing anything of that sort. But just, yeah, I think I should take a break. Okay, thank you very much. I will continue from here later after some 20 minutes or so. Thank you so much for taking the time. And I cannot think, I don't know what to say actually.